So students, standard 9, chapter 2. Okay, on the screen the chapter is there. Just you can see on the screen, it is matter around us. In this chapter, initially we'll study the definition of pure substance. A pure substance consists of single type of particles. Then types of mixtures. First of all, mixture. Mixtures are constituents by more than one kind of pure form of matter. Then we have in the types of mixture, a mixture which has a uniform composition throughout. So such a mixture is called as an homogeneous mixture or solution. Then we have the mixture in which we don't have uniform, we have non-uniform composition. So such mixtures are called as heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, then we studied solution. What is solution? A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Okay, even we can say a solution, there are a lot of examples we had. Okay, we had a lemonade, soda water, etc. are examples of solution. We have alloys, the mixture of metals. Okay, homogeneous mixture of metals is an alloy. Brass is a mixture of 30% zinc and 70% copper. Okay, so that is also a mixture or a alloy. Alloy is a type of a mixture. Okay, then we studied about some examples of solutions. Then properties of the solution. Solution is a homogeneous mixture. Particles of solution are smaller than 1 nanometer, that is 1 billionth meter in diameter. So they cannot be seen by naked eyes. Because of very small particle size, they are also not scatter or beam of light. And the solute particles cannot be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. Okay. Then we studied something on the types of the mixtures we studied. We studied about the properties of the solution and concentration of the solution. The concentration of the solution is can be defined as the amount or a volume of the solute present in an amount or mass or volume of a solution. We studied in solution something called solute and solvent. Okay, then we studied about the methods of calculating the concentration of a solution. The very first is mass by mass of solute divided by mass of solution. Then we have mass by volume percentage method, mass of solute divided by volume of solution multiplied by 100. And then we have volume by volume percentage of solution, volume of solute divided by volume of solution multiplied by 100. So this was we all studied. Okay, fine. We also studied about one example. Example, a solution contains 40 gram of common salt in 320 grams. So its mass percentage of the concentration was to be found. So first of all, mass of solute was 40 gram, mass of solvent was 320 gram, and mass of solution. That means 320 plus 40, so it comes to 360 gram. So what is the mass percentage of the solution? Mass of a solute divided by mass of solution, mass percentage. Okay. So this was all about we studied. Now today we are going to start with something called suspension. Now we studied about solution, a homogeneous mixture. Okay, a non-homogeneous systems. Okay, a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solid particles do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. So it means that you can see a suspension is an heterogeneous mixture. Okay, like we might have seen when we mix in the water milk, so you find it's not some suspended particles, you can see completely does not get dissolved as the sugar gets dissolved. Sugar ko dalo, yeah, if you put in salt, okay, it gets dissolved, but this doesn't. So suspension is an heterogeneous mixture. What was solution? Okay, solution was an homogeneous mixture. Over here it is what? It's an heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve. So what are the properties of the suspension? Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. The particles of the suspension can be seen by naked eye. The particle of suspension scatters the beam of light. Okay, so when a beam of light will pass through it, it will scatter. Scatter, okay, you might have seen the examples I had given that from the window, sometimes we find sunlight is coming from a small hole. Then you find some dust particles are moving in it. That is scattering of the light. Okay, and another example is that if you stand beside the tree, okay, and when you observe up, you find that some in between some lights is coming. Okay, it looks like an stars twinkling. Okay, in the morning when you stand beside under the tree, you will find this thing. So that is scattering of light. Solute particles settle down when a suspension is left undisturbed. That is suspension is unstable. They can be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. When the particles settle down, the suspension breaks and it does not scatter the light anymore. You might have seen buttermilk. Buttermilk when you drink, no? In buttermilk, if there is an excess of water, what happens that uh, curd part settles down and up part you will find water, you will find the water up. Again, you what you do with the spoon, you shake it out, so again you drink the buttermilk. So this way, these are suspension. Okay, so what is suspension? So suspension is an heterogeneous mixture. I hope I am clear with it. Fine. Okay, I'm moving to the next topic. Then what is colloidal solution? The mixture obtained, okay, like colloidal, the particles of the colloids are uniformly spread throughout the solution. Due to relatively smaller size of particles are compound to that of a suspension. The one line will come, I'll tell you. Actually, a colloid solution is a heterogeneous mixture. Example is milk. Again, it is same type of a suspension, but with a colloid solution. Means colloidal solution means it is again a heterogeneous mixture. Like its example, I gave you an example of milk. Okay, when the milk is dissolved इन द वाटर, यू पुट इन द मिल्क, पानी मिलाते हैं तो पता नहीं चलता है हमें, बट ये कोलोइड सॉल्यूशन है. इसके अंदर उसका पानी के अंदर मिल्क का थिकनेस रह जाता है, बराबर. ओके, और ये because of the small size of colloid particles we cannot see them with naked eyes. हम देख नहीं सकते हैं. while छाछ जो हम बनाते हैं ना, छाछ, वो उसके अंदर भी colloid टाइप का सॉल्यूशन हो जाता है, वो कंप्लीट नहीं होता है, इसलिए उसको सस्पेंशन कहते हैं हम, बराबर. ओके, इस पार्टिकल्स कैन इजीली स्कैटर ऑफ बीम ऑफ लाइट. ओके, ये लोग भी स्कैटर करते हैं colloid solution. और इस स्कैटरिंग को, this type of an scattering, remember this is a very good important, the scattering of a beam of a light is called a Tyndall effect. Why is it called Tyndall? So because it is named after the scientist Tyndall who discovered this effect. Okay, so you can observe the Tyndall effect from the window, what I am saying, no, or the scattering of light when you say stand under the tree and when you see upstairs you will find some stars twinkling. Light इस तरीके से आती होगी वो पत्तों के बीच में. So that is called as an Tyndall effect. Fine. So Tyndall effect. Clear? Everybody's points are. The Tyndall effect can also be observed when a fine beam of light enters a room through a small hole. I was giving you an example earlier. This happens due to scattering of light by the particles of the dust and smoke in the air. Tyndall effect can be observed when sunlight passes through a canopy of a dense forest. Okay, in the dense forest, you can see the below picture which is given. In the forest, mist contains tiny droplets of water which acts as in particles of colloid dispersed in air. Now, what are the properties of a colloid? A colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. The size of particles of colloid is also small to be individually seen by naked eyes, and colloids are big enough to scatter a beam of light. Okay, and they do not settle down when left undistributed. This is a main point of difference between the suspension and the colloid solution. In the suspension they settle down, over here we don't settle. Another point of difference was very nicely said by Ruthvi, that it is in the colloidal they are uniformly spread. Okay, fine. So colloid is a quite stable. Okay, so some of the examples of the colloids are given over here. See, if it is dispersed phase is liquid and dispersed medium is gas. Okay, so colloids are aerosols. Okay, dispersed phase is liquid and the medium is gas. When we sneeze, no, so there are some water droplets spread in the air and they are called as aerosols. यानी वो liquid है और हम फेंकते हैं. इसीलिए this time during this corona we are wearing mask. Why we are asked to wear the mask? Okay, because in the air it can be in aerosol form, this coronavirus, and it can enter when we breathe. So to protect ourselves we wear the mask. So what is this? This is also one type of an example of an colloid. Liquid is a, that is sneeze. When we sneeze, the salivas, okay, which contain the virus goes into the gas. If it is solid and it is in the gas, that is also aerosols. Okay, fine. When you find when a vehicle, heavy vehicle passes by the sand, so you find in the air sometimes some dust particles in the air. That is also an example of colloid. बराबर? धुमस जैसा. Gas and liquid. If it is gas and it is in the liquid, then foam, jal. Liquid, emulsion. That is milk, face cream. Okay, examples are given of aerosol, fog, clouds, mist, smoke, automobile exhaust, gas, liquid, foam, shaving cream. Liquid, it's emulsion. That is milk and face cream. ऊपर के part में मलाई जैसा. Okay, solid and liquid, sol. Okay, milk of magnesia. Okay, and mud, this you all have drank milk of magnesia. Okay, when you were small. Okay, when you had gastric problem. Fine. Okay, correct. Yeah, gas liquid. So gas liquid, it is foam. That is foam, rubber, sponge. Okay, this is it. Liquid and solid. Liquid is the dispersed phase. In which medium it is dispersed? In solid. So it is gel. The jelly, cheese, butter. These are some of the examples. Some of the common examples. And solid. Solid, it is colored gemstones, milky glass. This all are colloids. You find no the glasses. Okay, the glass panes of our windows. Okay, they are again colloids. They are examples of colloids. Solid solution. Solid it is. Solid in solid. So colored gemstones or milky glass. That is the glass in our window panes. Okay. So this we studied. Another thing is the colloid, the component of the colloidal solution are in the dispersed phase and the dispersion medium. The solute like component in is the dispersed particle जो हमने examples देखे, and the in which medium they are, it is dispersed medium. Okay, so I'll just read solute like component or the dispersed particles in a colloid form the dispersed phase, and the component in which the dispersed phase is suspended is known as dispersing medium. बराबर? When I sneeze, though it is liquid, so it is dispersed phase, and I sneeze it out in air. So air is an dispersion mediums. So colloids are classified, and that example we have seen. So let us now discuss the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture, solution and suspension, and different from each other, and also to make a saturated solution of 36 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 100 gram of water find the concentration at this temperature. So when we have to find a concentration, where we have three methods. One is mass percentage method, another one is mass volume, and volume concentration method. Okay, I'll share on the screen the solution and we'll discuss the solution. Okay, fine. We have studied about in text exercise what is meant by pure substance. Okay, and we have cleared a point of difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture, but now with an example. Okay, fine. So Tatya, can you read for me?
Yes, sir. A homogeneous mixture is a mixture having a uniform composition throughout the mixture. For example, mixtures of salt in water, sugar in water, copper sulfate in water, iodine in alcohol, alloy, and air have uniform compositions throughout the mixtures. On the other hand, a heterogeneous mixture is a mixture having a non-uniform composition throughout the mixture. For example, composition of mixtures of solid sodium chloride and iron fillings, salt and sulfur, oil and water, chalk powder in water, wheat flour in water, milk and water are not uniform throughout the mixtures.
Okay. Second one.
Yes, sir. How are solution and suspension different from each other? Solution is a heterogeneous mixture. In a mixture, the solute particles are so small that they cannot be seen with a naked eye. Also, they seem to be spread uniformly throughout the mixture. The Tyndall effect is observed in this mixture. For example, milk of magnesia, mud. Solution is a homogeneous mixture. In this mixture, the solid particles dissolve and spread uniformly throughout the mixture. The Tyndall effect is not observed in this mixture. For example, salt in water, sugar in water, iodine in alcohol, alloy suspensions are heterogeneous mixture.
I'll stop. SOL means sol. Okay. If you remember, we studied that in colloid solutions. Okay. So it is sol means it is solid. It is an also mixture, but the solid particles, okay, cannot be seen and they seem to be spread uniformly throughout the mixture. Okay. Then we have solution. Solution is an homogeneous mixture and suspension is our heterogeneous mixture. In this mixture, the solid particles are visible to the naked eye and remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. And the Tyndall effect is not observed. So just understand the point of difference. In sol, that is, it is an heterogeneous mixture, but the solid particles are small, cannot be seen by the naked eye, and they seem to spread uniformly in this. Okay, in solution it is an homogeneous mixture and the solid particles are dissolved and spread uniformly. Yani in this they are dissolved. And in the third one it is, what is it, suspension. And in suspension it is heterogeneous mixture and the solute particles are visible and they remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. Fine. So this was Tyndall effect can be observed. Chalk powder and water. Okay, these are some of the example. You put a chalk powder in the water, you will see after some time the chalk particles settle down and the water remains up. Even our blood, okay, blood when the centrifugal is being done with it, यानी उसको घुमा के घुमाते हैं फिर सेंट्रीफ्यूगल करते हैं मशीन में, सेंट्रीफ्यूग मशीन में, आफ्टर सम टाइम्स हमारे रेड ब्लड सेल्स और ये सब सेटल हो जाते हैं और ऊपर एक फ्लूइड टाइप आ जाता है तो वो प्लाज्मा बन जाता है, उसको प्लाज्मा बोलते हैं, बराबर. तो दिस इज आल्सो सम एग्जांपल्स. Now in question 3 you are asked to find the concentration. So see, what is the mass of the solute? 36 gram. Mass of the solvent? 100 gram. So what is the mass of the solute? 136 gram. So by mass percentage method, the mass of solute divided by mass of solvent, you get an answer that is 26.47 percentage. Okay. So we cleared the solution parts of the in text questions. Topic: separating the components of a mixture. Okay, so see, there are different methods of separation which can be used for individual components from a mixture. So separation make it possibly to study and use individual components of a mixture. The very first over here, there is an activity 2.5. How can we obtain colored component dye from the blue or blank ink? So what we can do, we can fill up a beaker with a water, put a water, watch the glass on the mouth of the beaker, put few drops of the ink on the watch glass. This is a watch glass. Okay, now start heating the beaker. We do not want to heat the ink directly. So you will see that the evaporation is taking place from the watch glass. This is upstairs evaporation. Okay, continue heating. The evaporation goes on and stop heating. Okay, observe. So what observations you will have? We find that ink is a mixture of a dye in water. Thus, we can separate the volatile component solvent from its non-volatile solute by the method of evaporation. Okay, now see, this is water beaker, watch glass, and the ink upstairs. So when you find what happens, this water vapor, the vapor comes out, and what is left out? The solvent part remains down. यानी हमने separation किया है. Just I'll read this line. We find that ink is a mixture of a dye in the water. Thus we can separate the volatile component from its non-volatile solute by the method of evaporation. कई बार हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि when we heat, okay, or even when we dry the clothes, okay, sometimes the clothes fade. What happens in it? That separation takes place due to evaporation. Okay, now we separate cream from milk. You know, all you might have seen at home also how the cream by centrifugal. Okay, so by centrifugal, that means usko jo hum वलोते हैं. Okay, sometimes the solid particles in the liquid are very small and pass through a filter paper. Okay, so this is one method. Another method is of filtration. Okay, filtration method by which we can separate. Okay, another one is of filtration or centrifugal, जो मैं अभी पढ़ रहा हूँ milk वाला example. In this, what happens due to centrifugals, the particles or the suspended particles come down. Okay, just I'll read it. The solid particles in the liquid are very small and pass through the filter paper. For first particles, the filtration technique cannot be used for separation. Such mixtures are separated by centrifugation. यानी उनको गोल गोल घुमाना या तो उनको वलोना. Okay, yes. Then the principle is that the denser particles, जो बड़े particles होते हैं वो नीचे बैठ जाते हैं particles. Okay, and the lighter particles stay at the top. So these are the applications of this technique. See, I said no, in diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine test, उसको भी एक centrifugal machine में घुमाते हैं और blood cells नीचे बैठ जाते हैं, ऊपर plasma आ जाता है. जब भी आपका blood का report बनाना होता है ना, तो इस तरीके से उसको centrifugation किया जाता है. फिर डेयरीज के अंदर बटर फ्रॉम द क्रीम यूजिंग वॉशिंग मशीन्स टू स्क्वीज आउट वाटर फ्रॉम द वेट क्लोथ. वाटर वॉशिंग मशीन में भी उसको सेंट्रीफ्यूग किया जाता है, फिर स्क्वीज करता है पानी को, पता है ना, वो घुमाता है. वॉशिंग मशीन देखा हो तो फाइन. इनिशियली पानी से उसको वॉश करता है, फिर अंदर से उसमें से पानी निकालने के लिए उसको बहुत घुमाता है वो. दैट इज ऑल्सो वन टेक्निक. So we studied two techniques of separation. One is evaporation. Second one is by centrifugation method. Now another third one is how we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids. Means what? Like kerosene oil from water. Okay, separate kerosene oil from water using a separating funnel, or the mixture of kerosene oil, this is activity I am reading, and water in the separating funnel. Let it stand undisturbed undisturbed for some time so that the separate layers of oil and water are formed. Open the stopcock of the separating funnel and pour out the lower layer of the water carefully. Okay, so what will happen in it? What happens? Okay, so what we observed in this technique, whatever the particles is that immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending on their densities. यानी कई बार है ना पानी के ऊपर तेल ऊपर तरता है तो मीन्स व्हाट वो सेपरेटिंग लेयर्स बना देते हैं. ओके, तो आपके पास सपोज ये तीन चीजें हैं तो उनको आप सेटल करने के रखिए. ओके, तो थोड़ी देर के बाद वो सेटल हो जाएंगे तो दे विल सेटल इन टाइप्स ऑफ layers. Okay, so the immiscible liquids means जो एक दूसरे में mix नहीं होते हैं, they can be separated by this method. Okay, fine. This technique is used for applications क्या है उसके to separate mixture of oil and water, extraction of iron from its ore. This is what ore means. What this is a metal containing ore means metal like iron ore. Iron ore means it's a mineral, or you can say a metal containing mineral or a stone is said to be an ore. Clear? Okay, so this is the third one. So first one we studied was evaporation, second one was centrifugal, third one is to separate a mixture of immiscible liquids, it's layering. And what is the principle of the layering? Depending on the density. Okay, so up till now the fourth one is how can we separate a mixture of salt and camphor? That means over here the separation is of sublimation. Means what? There are some sublimation means what was it? Sublimation. What was it? That directly from solid to gas. So there are some compounds, some examples of solid which are highly sublimable, like ammonium chloride, naphthalene, and anthracene. So this way, based on this principle of sublimation, we can separate. Okay, and the last one is the dye in black ink a single color? So this also you can do an experiment. This is an activity. I'll not go in it. I'll directly come to the ink that we use as water as a solvent, and the dye is soluble in it. As the water rises on the filter paper, it takes along with it the dye particles. Usually a dye is mixture of two or more colors. The colored component that is more soluble in water rises faster, and in this way the colors get separated. This you can do at your home, the experiment. Okay, you can keep this water, ये जो water है, strip of filter paper. Okay, put a spot of ink उसके top पे, यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आपको, and then place it in the water. Okay, half merged in the water. After some time you will find कि this printed water का जो है ना up side में होगा, यानी ये spot है ना उसमें से थोड़ा बहुत नीचे का कलर चला जाएगा और थोड़ा बहुत फिल्टर पेपर में पानी आने से जो आपका स्पॉट है ना वो ऊपर चढ़ते हुए दिखेगा. तो वो क्या बता रहा है? तो दिस इज सेइंग the colored components that is more soluble in water rises faster, and in this way the color gets separated. Fine. So this process of separation of components of a mixture is known as chromatography. Please remember this word. Okay, this process of separation of components of a mixture. Okay, what is that separation? When a substance which is more soluble separates fast. Okay, chromatography, and this technique was first used for separation of colors. So this name was given. Chromatography is the technique used for separation of those solutes that dissolve in the same solvent. Yani there are different types of solutes which are dissolved in the same solvents. So which are more soluble can be separated first. So this technique is used for chromatography. With the advanced technique in technology, newer techniques of chromatography have been developed. Okay, okay. So